What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Welcome to a beautiful overcast day. Now today we're doing another car review. As you can see behind me, there is something quite prominent. We are reviewing the Mercedes-Benz V-Class. This specific one is the V250d. So we're going to look at all its features, get into an in-depth review, and I do hope you guys enjoy this review. Please do forgive some of this noise around here because there are cars passing around, but I'll try to be audible as always. Let's get into the review. Let's begin with the exterior as always. So this being a diesel car, the engine is really loud, and I'm pretty sure it can come across on video how loud this thing actually is, but I'll try to be audible. So starting with the exterior, this specific one is trimmed with the AMG line. What you get is much deeper bumpers, this diamond grille, which Mercedes calls it, and overall a more aggressive looking exterior. So LED headlights, they're also adaptive. Again, I'll touch upon the diamond grille. I've always been a fan of this AMG diamond grille. So you have some chrome touches all around across the grille, these diamond patterns, and also down here, but it's all blocked. It's only open over here, but the front is very nice. This thing is pretty huge. So coming around the side, so you have these very gorgeous multi-spoke 19-inch AMG specific rims, which I do love. The brakes are also huge. So you have 245 section tires all around, and again the rims are 19-inch. So power folding mirrors. You have roof rails up top so that you can, you know, carry your luggage up top if the inside space is not enough. So these very huge sliding doors, of which we'll get into when we cover the interior and so on. So coming around the back, it's quite boxy, I have to say. It's a people carrier, so it has to be. So the back is just filled with this rear glass. I think they just made it huge so that when you're driving inside, you can have a great view of what's happening behind you when you check the rear view mirror. So the water is currently dripping down there. That's for the air conditioning system. You have this very nice metallic silver kick plate down there so that you don't scratch the paint when you pull out luggage. We'll get into the boot and everything else. So V250d model designation, LED tail lights, and overall the rear looks really nice. Look at this car just parked. Vehicle, actually, people carrier. I don't think I should be calling this thing a car. So yeah, just grasp the exterior, and you have pretty much keyless entry, and voila, welcome to the interior of the Mercedes-Benz V-Class. So you have a Mercedes-Benz kick plate down there, and these very huge door, because this is a huge car, so the doors have to be huge. So the interior spec on this is absolutely bang on. I really do love it. I think let's just jump in. One thing I have to say is that I'm just hoping I do this thing justice, because there is so much to cover about this thing. So I think let's start with the materials. So on the dash, you have this very gorgeous brown wood, which is so swooping. I love the shape around, and down below it there's this metallic aluminium strip that runs across the entire width of the dash, starting from the driver's side, ending all the way to the passenger side, and it's just beautiful. So my other favorite feature about the interior is these air vents. They look like jet afterburners. They just look, I mean, they're amazing, and you find them in pretty much every current new Mercedes-Benz model, and they are my favorite. Mercedes-Benz interiors just look amazing, especially with the latest models. I think they top it. I've heard in terms of quality they are not the best, but in terms of the overall look and how the interior welcomes you, I think they are second to none. So you have this interface, of which I'll put on. I hope my music doesn't come on because I was connected to your music. So you can go to your menu, you use the swivel wheel to control everything around. You can navigate through. I'm not really gonna get into detail with this because I just wanna, my reviews are more about the experience of being inside a car, a vehicle, and also how it drives. So I'm not gonna dwell much into the infotainment system and all these other things, but there's a lot of things to cover. Let's continue. So seats, you have this very brown leather which touches across the whole seats, the entire dash interface, and pretty much you have a lot of cubby spaces, like loads of cup holders down here, back here. I mean, like, you have this huge cubby hold inside here, which can be cooled to cool your drinks in there. So it works kind of like a fridge, so you can put your cold drinks in there and they could be kept cool. So I'm just gonna open the door again to show you guys the seat controls. So you have various functionality for the seats. They are both heated and cooled, so you can cool them up. You just press that, which is, and it runs across different stages. So you have 3 stages of cooling, so you use this button to control the cooling. So the seats will be cooled, kind of like the air vents right here, though. Yeah, I guess you guys get what I mean. They can also be heated, so if you use this functionality, the seats will be warmed on a cold day. You're feeling cold, you want to be extra warm, you just use the seat warming, and your butt can be warm. There's a whole host of like infotainment systems, entertainment systems, and so on, but I think it's spec'd with the Burmeister audio system, which is the top of the range audio system for Mercedes, and it's just amazing. So you have these aluminium pedals down there, and yeah, they look amazing. You find them in pretty much most Mercedes-Benz. So these buttons over here, which are metallic or aluminium, and also pressing them is really, really nice. I think this is for opening the sunroof back there, so we'll get into that in a bit, not now, but just to show you guys what it looks like. There you go, you can open the glass, which is panoramic, and I love it. So my favorite part about this thing is just the rear, and I think we should get into the rear, because if you think the front looks amazing, wait until you see. So guys, let's jump into the rear, which is my favorite part. So you have automatic doors. You just pull on the handle and the door will automatically open itself up. So the rear is my favorite part about this thing. The amount of room back here, you can sit, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and also you can configure different iterations for the seat back here. I think you can configure up to 8 seating. I could be wrong, don't quote me, but I think it's up to 8, and you can arrange the seats in whatever way you want. This owner opted for the facing seats, so the seats face each other. You can have all the seats face forward, and it's really customizable back here. So the wood trim continues back here. Burmeister speaker over here, already covered that. So it runs across the entire side of the interior. So the brown leather, remember, all the seats are covered in brown leather, and it looks amazing. And also, how can I forget the glass roof? I mean, look at this panoramic roof, which is, it's so amazing, and it's so the ambience in here, I'll just close the door quickly. You just push on this handle once and it automatically closes. How amazing is that? That's really cool. I mean, look at the amount of window you have on the side of this thing, not forgetting the roof as well. So all this lighting that comes in here, it just glows onto the interior and it just adds to how amazing it looks in here. There is so much room. I mean, look, you can get comfortable, you can relax, you can do whatever. You have tables right here. If you want to use your laptop or have food or whatever, you can pretty much do everything. You can also spec it with reclinable seats. So, you know, first class and airplanes where you can recline the seats and lie down, you can get those types of seats in here. Like, literally, this thing is, I think, the most luxurious people carrier. I think. Let's check out the boot space quickly. So you have this power operated tailgate, which is really long. I have to move back. And this is your room for your luggage, which is, yeah, it's decent. I guess I could say it's decent. It's lined with this very nice material, kind of like felt. It really feels amazing. Oh, it's just starting to rain. So you have the button right there to close the tailgate. Let's just jump inside so that we do not get wet. Close this too, and so I'll run. There's an option of 3 trim levels, and all of them come with the same engine, which is a 2.1 liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder. So in the lower base model, which is the V250d, it pushes out about 100 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque. In this, which is the V250d, you have 140 kilowatts of power and 440 newton meters of torque. So the top of the range is the V300d, and that pushes out 176 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque, which is a lot. So you can also opt it with all-wheel drive, but as standard it comes as rear-wheel drive. So yeah, that's the different trim levels. So like I already mentioned, they all come with the same engine. It's just tuned to push out different power outputs and torque figures. So in terms of transmission, they all come with the 7-speed automatic transmission. Overseas you can get it with a 9-speed. Out here we can't. Why? No idea. But yeah, that's all the trim levels you can get. Oh, avant-garde. So each of the trim levels, you can get it as the normal wheelbase, which is about 5 meters long, or you can get it as the avant-garde. So the avant-garde is just extended wheelbase, so it's slightly longer for more room inside. So on the V. Okay, so guys, we're driving the V class. So the gear selector is on the steering wheel column, and it's just easier to move into the different driving modes. So I have to operate the wipers now. Okay, there we go. So the drive, I've already driven it for a few minutes, and I was impressed by how it drives. Because of how high up you sit, you have a great view of everything around you, and it's so amazing. You can just relax in this thing and just get comfortable, sit however way you want. The brake actuation is not too bitey, so it takes a bit of pressure to actually get it to actuate, but after a few minutes of driving you get used to how this thing drives. But you just have to be cautious of the size, how wide it is and how long it is. You just have to be careful, be aware of your surroundings so that you don't scratch it, curb the wheels or bump into anything, because this is big compared to a conventional car, say a hatchback or even an SUV. But other than that, once you're seated inside, you're comfortable with how it drives, then it's so easy to just go about your business. It's so relaxing, it's so quiet. Remember, this thing is not supposed to be a performance car in any way whatsoever, so I'm not even gonna bother getting into that. But yeah, suspension, it's quite rumbly, but it is quite comfortable enough. But yeah, you can definitely feel the tire noise and whatsoever, but it is indeed comfortable. There are a lot of vibrations that come across the whole cabin, even the steering wheel, of which I'm noticing now. But remember the loud engine? I said in here the sound insulation is just phenomenal. This thing just actually glides. So remember, this is a people carrier, a car you use for long journeys with family, with a couple of friends, and so on. It can also be used for executive purposes, to chauffeur around important figures like your presidents, your mayors, your all the likes. And yeah, it can work quite well for that as well. But I think most people who buy these things will use them for family purposes, to take the kids to school. You can even take it to work if you want to. But yeah, it can actually do everything so well. You can go on long journeys in this thing and just to relax and just enjoy it. It's so amazing. So let's try and test out the performance a little bit, but I'm not gonna go too much. It definitely feels floaty, like it feels like a boat, like you're hitting some waves, but not in a bad way. But yeah, I mean, the 400 Newton meters is really what you're gonna need to just make some overtakes or whatsoever. You don't actually need a lot of power for this type of car, and it's actually not about that. Oh, the brake pedal is quite a bit awkward to actuate, but nothing bad. But speaking of which, safety features. So you have a whole host of safety features on this thing. Blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, auto emergency braking. The list just goes on and on and on. So yeah, of course, your parking sensors, your reverse camera, and I think you can also get it with a 3D camera system, which uses satellite technology, and you can see the exterior of the car using the infotainment screen. You can see what's around you in real life. It's kind of like virtual gaming. But yeah, you can get it with a whole host of safety features, which I have to say, they make it much more easier to drive this thing. You immediately feel more confident to drive it around, because really it's not easy driving a huge vehicle. Like, it takes some focus. What happened to the wipers? Ooh. Yay, wipers. The wipers are actually quite small for this windscreen, because they don't do the whole windscreen. My point of view right here, there is some droplets, rain droplets right here, which aren't getting wiped off. But yeah, I can see where I'm going. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it with the V-Class. I have to say, I mean, I'm loving this thing. Like, I think I get it now. I get it. I do get it. I get it why you guys love this thing. A lot of people out here in South Africa especially love these things. You see a lot of these things out here, and it's surprising because they're so expensive. Speaking of which, let's touch into the pricing. So don't quote me on this, but if I'm remembering correctly, the base V220d starts at about 915,000 rands, and then this, which is the 250d, starts at about 1,027,000 rands, and then the top of the range 300d is about 1.1 million rands. And remember, in that you can get it as either avant-garde, which is extended wheelbase, or the normal one, blah blah blah. I've already went into that, and that costs a little bit more than the normal wheelbase. Oh, I'm boiling in here. Climate control, where are you? There we go. So yeah, that's the pricing for these, and yeah, they're actually quite expensive, but I do see a lot of them out here. But I understand why people love these things. They're so amazing. Plus also for the lifestyle part of it, like driving in this, it's so damn cool. Like, it's really cool when you're driving around in this thing. And right now I'm just like, what? Because I'm really loving it. So guys, welcome to the end of this video, and welcome to a different outfit. So for some reason I lost the outro footage for this V-Class review, but nonetheless I can do it again right here. So the Mercedes V-Class is a phenomenal vehicle. If you're gonna use it as intended, then it is absolutely brilliant. Luxurious, spacious, classy, and it brings you this lifestyle that's just unmatched by anything else. So I really did enjoy reviewing it. It was also nice getting to do something different. Just hoping you guys enjoyed the video like I enjoyed filming it. So do subscribe to the channel for future content. As always, I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.